welcome to the Joy Buzzer.
Could it be? Could it be? It is out of here! I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
At the 20, at the 15, 10-5, touchdown!
My brain just sparkles.
And now for our feature presentation.
Welcome back.
Stand up right now. We're back. Rob C's praising God.
And the baby Jeebus. The man Jeebus and the baby Jeebus.
Woo! The Joy Buzzer's back on air.
Unbelievable.
Not the Baby Yoda.
Not the Baby Yoda here at Loveland downtown Cherry Hill. You know, there's a cough button there.
I hit the call
You
button.
did because we all heard it.
We're in a small room.
We're in a
next to each
small room.
Nick,
Baby
come on with
Yoda.
that.
other. What do you
Baby Yoda.
Nicky Cola's here.
want? I'm here. I'm alive.
The Insta-Cougher Rob C.
The Insta-Coffinator. Your baby Yoda and mine.
And who's the guy over here
Oh
now?
my God.
Oh,
This
God.
guy. He's got to keep that pimp hand strong because he is now the pimp turn.
The pimp turn.
Now here's a guy.
I am the commish. This is the Joy Buzzer.
Can I say one
That
thing
is
real
Mr.
quick?
Peterson. How are you, sir?
Can I say one
Welcome back
thing?
to you.
Oh,
What do you
yeah. I
got?
forgot we're live in front of us.
What do you got, Zach?
We're live in front
What do
of
you
the
got?
studio audience.
What do you got, pimp turn?
We should not have given him two monsters.
I'm only taking a couple sips.
He's a quarter one
He
deep.
can't stop moving.
Exactly.
He's rocking. He's shaking.
I do that all the time anyway. As anybody who's ever seen us on YouTube knows, I just sit here and go, I twitch. We should be on Twitch.
This is a Twitch. We're on YouTube.
I say, yeah. I'm bringing Twitch to YouTube.
Where
I'm
can they?
surprised
where
he
can they
knows what
find
Twitch
us?
is.
I don't know anymore.
I'm the only one here who actually has a Twitch.
I have a Twitch.
You
I
have
used-
a Twitch?
yeah, I used to watch that weird kid at work.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
What? That sounds really wrong.
He didn't do weird things. He's actually pretty smart when
What,
it
you do
comes
eat his
down to
toenail or something?
You know what's funny? I actually know what you're talking about.
it.
Really? You know what a Twitch is?
I do.
Wow.
He's
I
watched
don't know how to
Dark
get
Horse.
on it, but I know what it is.
You know how to
Now-
go on your
now,
phone.
does he know what Discord is? And
Dark
does
Dark
he
would
have
try
it?
to
I
get
know
me
what-
on
I
there.
have a
couldn't figure it
Discord.
out.
You have a Discord?
I have a Discord.
A what?
So I could talk to that morose little D-bag.
Wow.
Did you say D-bag?
What?
No,
of course.
he coughed.
No, I coughed. Did you?
He's
I
a
had the
coughinator.
D-bag. See? I have a cough button. You D-bag?
All right, now I know we have an Instagram account.
Yeah,
Have we used it at all?
I've been busy. I'm sorry.
I'm going to take that as a no.
Why do we go through this every time?
Because I want to know these things.
Is that because you forget every time?
Because number one, I have no idea what our account
No,
is.
but he just wants to roast me every single time he gets.
No. What is our? What is our?
It's the official Joy Buzzer.
Is that what it's called?
That's
the
what
official,
it's called.
The official Joy Buzzer
Yes.
at Instagram.
Yes.
At Instagram.
I truly didn't know that,
It's the,
and I guarantee you,
it's the
in,
tissue.
in
Oh, yeah.
15 minutes,
I didn't
I
check
don't
on
know,
that.
we
Yeah.
have
Well,
it?
then, yeah. Let's fold this back. Let's put this. Let's
Fold
put
it.
Tissue away.
You don't
This
fold
is
that
a-
thing.
This is our This is
don't
like
fold it.
parchment.
wait. Let's all say hi to Shannon Howe. Hi, Shannon.
Shannon,
What's up?
my best bud. Hello, Shannon.
How are you waving?
This is starting off
He's
early.
waving at all of them.
Well, we haven't done it. We're out of practice. We haven't done this in a while.
Which camera do I look at?
Hey, am I over here?
What do I do with
Over
my
here?
hands?
Over here. Wait. Where do I put my hands? Keep them above the table.
What the hell? is going on?
Don't give him any
Yo,
more
Let me
monster.
tickle the ivory.
Take that fucking monster and
Oh, I'm pounding it out.
He has another one.
I will,
He has another
I will
one.
shank.
That
all of
won't
you.
matter. He has another one.
I will shank.
and Nat Marlowe. Hello, Nat
precious.
Marlowe.
Precious.
How's it going? Welcome to the Thanksgiving show, the Joy Buzzer.
I am so glad you're all here.
Sponsored by the Precious.
Because as soon as the instigator crashes and we can actually have a conversation, we're going to start talking about what we're thankful for. But he's got to crash first.
Oh, okay. He really wants to get to this bit. I understand. You know, he needs to get to his WIP
Well,
bit.
first, we got to talk about the guy on your shirt.
Thaddeus Young.
Who's now number 21?
I was about to say because I'll prove this is Thaddeus.
I know you got Young on the back, but who's 21 now?
Mr.
Right, meow?
0 points.
Right.
0 for 11.
Mr. 0 for 11, missed free throws, and just had a god awful night in that Joel Embiid.
The one thing that I would have to say is that
Mr. Peterson, we're getting a capper. Hang on, we got to get to that bit
Yeah.
first. We're not there yet.
the one thing I would have to say is
Foreshadowing.
if you're in Toronto, the last time you were in Toronto,
Right?
they beat you
Right.
and they went on to win the championship.
Yes.
If you were Embiid, you're there to prove something.
Right.
You're in there to stomp them for what they did to you in the playoffs.
Right.
So I'm expecting Joel Embiid to go out and put up 30 points. But instead, he goes 0 for 11,
Right.
0 points. So I put that mostly on Joel Embiid, but I put most of it on Brett Brown as well.
That's
You-
my son, baby.
you-
That's my son.
You should not.
I'm so proud of him.
You should not have your center at the 3-point line dribbling and shooting like that. You are a center. You're supposed to be in the paint, scoring, dunking, laying up anything you can to get the ball in the basket. And you just could not do it in Toronto.
Great one.
I like that one.
Embiid has more shutouts than Nola. That's fantastic.
You should not. Brett Brown, you got to do something or you got to go. You got to do something.
Got to go now.
Oh, just wait till my Eagles win.
But
I'm so
is
proud
he
of him.
allowed a bad night?
Sure he is.
Yes, but not 0 points.
So how long does this get harped on, you think?
Well,
Because it seemed
probably
to
it's
fill
probably
up.
already done because they're playing now.
It seemed to fill up all of SportsCenter the next morning.
Yeah.
Because anytime you hear about Philadelphia is when we do something
Right.
bad.
Anything negative.
Right.
Right. The problem I have with Brett Brown, and we've talked about this off air. You know, your center doesn't have it tonight. You know, he's playing awful. He can't throw the ball in the ocean, let alone the rim. Why is he out there with the game on the line?
But doesn't that come down to he's being double teamed? So shouldn't someone else?
Sure
been,
it is. Oh, absolutely it is.
Shouldn't someone else have been open though?
Sure. And I said that too.
So
I said when you're double
the
teamed,
team needs to pick up the
someone's
slack.
got to be open.
Right.
Right. Problem there is he didn't look for the pass.
Nope.
He turned around and threw at the rim.
No.
That's what I
And,
normally
he
does.
settled for jump shots.
Yeah.
When the worst thing about him is when he settles for jump shots instead of going into the paint, into the blocks late in the game. I understand for 3 quarters if you want to live out at the free throw line and at the 3-point
And
line
make them. Make
because
them.
you think you're Michael Jordan, you're a 7-foot tall Michael Jordan, and you want to make all those shots or whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, 'cause you're
Let
still-
your team pick you up.
You're still in the
But-
game at that point.
Exactly.
But you have to make those free throw shots.
Right.
You
But-
can't just miss all of them.
Right, exactly.
You have
But-
to make them.
But in the fourth quarter, I want my big man
In
down
the
low,
paint.
in the paint, getting fouled,
Exactly.
making his shots.
Exactly. And that has to deal with Brett Brown. Brett Brown has to step up, be the coach, say, listen, you're a center. Be in the paint.
Brett Brown. I just like he says
But
Brett Brown.
can we also talk about Ben Simmons at the end of that game?
Throwing the alley oop.
Who's made one?
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
even right before that.
When he's chucked up the three.
Making one
Yeah. I
three
know.
pointer his entire career, and he's gonna take a shot from 6 foot back from the arc.
And again, we put that on Ben Simmons, but also you can put it on Brett Brown because you had one timeout left.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So took that
Take
timeout.
it.
Right.
So took it.
And
One out of your 12
You've got to
timeouts.
make sure your players know, hey, we got timeouts. If there's any kind of problem at all, call timeout.
But that's not
Call
just,
timeout.
But that's not even being aware. Like, why did he take that shot? There was 7 seconds left.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Exactly.
That's your
They
player.
had time to take
but
that
that's your
timeout.
player
Right.
not even paying attention. Because
It's-
why did he kick
Exactly.
Brett heave it?
Brett Brown could call the timeout,
and
though.
Brett Brown was standing literally 5 feet from him saying, could have said call timeout.
But you could call the timeout.
He could have called the timeout himself.
But
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
got the ball and heaved it.
See, he wants to be known as a player's coach, and hey, I'll let the players, figure it out themselves.
You're a coach. You're a coach.
You can't
Right.
do that.
By the way, they're
But
playing.
how long did
They're
Ben
playing right
Simmons
now.
have that ball? I thought he got the ball and heaved it right away.
He
So how
No,
do
he
you,
didn't hear it right away. He took a few few steps, and then he lobbed it.
Yeah, but still,
He definitely had time to call a timeout.
right because you got
100%.
time.
But-
You're gonna get the ball at midcourt anyway.
Sure, you
Exactly. You could.
you're not expecting him maybe to do that, but like, would you fully expect him to shoot that ball like that?
No,
that
of
quick?
course
No.
not.
Right. So
course not.
So you can't put some of that on the coach. 'Cause
I
what
do.
the hell was Simmons doing?
Simmons has got to know that. He's got to know the situation too. He's got to
Right.
know exactly. Number one,
Right.
If he's gonna be the
excuse me, how
somewhat
much time
captain
he's
of this
got
team,
left.
he's got to know.
He's got to know how much time he's got left, where he's at, his location,
So
and how
everybody
many
fucked up.
timeouts you have.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, don't
It
get
was-
me wrong.
it was a
It was
team.
a group loss.
Right.
And
It was
the
an
thing
absolute
was,
group loss.
100%.
and it was a group loss at the most pivotal point in that
Right.
game because 5 minutes left, less than 5 minutes left in that game. You're up in that game.
You're up 6.
You're up 6. You got with a scrappy performance by your team without your best player
Right.
scoring a point.
Yep.
And all they had to do was run the clock down and get the best shot available.
play smart.
and play
Right.
smart.
Play
And-
smart.
And they didn't do that.
They didn't do anything.
Now,
Toronto goes on a 9-0 run
10.
10.
and wins the game.
Yep. Now,
In the last
my,
2
my
minutes.
original point was 3 minutes left in the game. Again, Joel Embiid has done exactly squat.
Nothing.
Why is he in the game? Why is he in the game?
Don't know.
You know
'Cause you-
he's
'cause
you
you-
know he's having a terrible night.
You've been in a game that far with him in the game. Like you weren't getting
Yeah,
blown
okay,
out.
Yeah, but you know
weren't
what? When
nothing like-
you need something that he's not providing,
I would
'cause
take
he
him out.
provided nothing.
I would take him out.
Why not sit him?
If he's going,
But
if he's
you
going
take him
0
out
for
now that
11,
the double team doesn't happen. Now everybody's covered.
Hold on.
everyone's
I-
gonna be covered regardless.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. What about if the genius coach,
Do you know
Brett
computers
Brown,
though?
Here we go.
what about if Brett Brown, genius coach that he is,
Yes, yes.
decides that this is the kind of game that is a teachable moment? He needs to become that player who you can go to late in the game to score points. He's young. This is his third year in the league or something,
Give it
right?
Embiid?
Some players need to learn how to be the killer at the end of the game. You know, some people have it naturally. Kobe had it naturally. Michael Jordan had it naturally. Some guys you have to teach them. And this is the kind of game that afterwards you can pull Joel aside and says, "Yeah, you were having a bad night, but this is the kind of game where you need to buckle down in those last 2 minutes and get your shots. Get to where you can put yourself in a position to win this game."
Get your shit together.
I agree with you 100%.
Because this is the same argument we used for Carter Hart that
Yeah,
that
we
you
did.
agreed.
Yeah, we
so
did. But and to play your devil's advocate to yours to whatever.
you can't play devil's
Devil's
advocate with
advocate
Satan.
inception?
You can't
That's
play
true.
devil's advocate with
Okay,
Satan.
True. Ala Abdul Nabi, the color guy for the Sixers, said it best.
You know what?
Said it best.
I don't care what color he is. He's a great analyst, and I think you should retract that statement.
He said, and I quote, 5 minutes with 5 minutes left in the game, there has not been one Sixer in the paint at all.
Yeah.
You're talking about the guy who's 7'20",
That's pretty tall.
God damn it.
not in
That's
the
like
paint.
that's like 9 foot almost.
Yeah.
That's
That's like 9 foot tall.
that's bullshit.
Yeah.
He's got to be under that rim.
And the worst part is, no one on this team is a good 3-point shot.
Hey, Nick, he's like a marionette. Watch. You dumb. You're supposed to say something. All right, guy, keep talking.
No, but like, no one on this team is a good 3-point shot. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, Simmons should be in the paint, even though he shouldn't be, but he's be in the paint. Joel Embiid should be in the
Where
paint.
is
There's so many
Simmons
times.
supposed to be?
Everywhere.
He's supposed to be a superstar. He's
supposed to be
Not
your-
living up to it
your
so
guy.
far, right?
See, and that's just it. He
he
really
has all the potential in the world.
he
to
has no
dominate
defined
this
role
game.
though, and that's another reason why
And no
I can't stand
confidence
Brett
either.
Brown.
But that's
No
what
Ben
I'm like,
Simmons
what-
has no
What
defined
is he supposed
role.
to be? Because everyone says
Well-
he acts like this. He's not supposed to be this, but he is that.
Right.
So who is he?
Honestly, if you can, the guy that he gets most compared to that he could possibly be is Magic Johnson.
Right.
Magic Johnson was a maestro on the court. When Magic Johnson ran Showtime Lakers, he literally was the maestro. He could come down the court. He distributed to the open guy. When he needed to score, he scored. They played defense. He did it all and stuff, which is why he's in the Hall of Fame. So we need Simmons to get the knowledge so that he becomes that maestro of the
Exactly. He
offense.
becomes
the
that
offense
sort of
goes through him
mentality.
because he knows the offense. He's the guy that finds the hot guy.
Again, he's supposed
know?
to be the captain of
Yeah,
this team.
he's
He's
the-
supposed to lead this team to
He's
a
the,
victory.
He's the alpha. He's the distributor.
Exactly.
When what he distributes isn't scoring, he goes in and score because he can.
Exactly.
Because he's got the skills.
Exactly.
And if he develops that jump shot, he's unstoppable.
Exactly. That's why I want him to develop the jump shot so bad. Because if he does, I honestly think he'd be the best point guard in the game if he gets a jump shot.
Well, he'd be the point forward, right? So,
I
but
would 100% think he'd be the best. Like
he could arguably be a top 3 player.
exactly, arguably he could be up there with a Kawhi, PG, all that people, and he just.
No.
I think he would be. He gets a better jump shot and gets better on defense. I 100% think
I'll
he
tell
could.
you why he can't be. And it was
Why?
what you just said a little while ago. There's no killer instinct. There's no instinct to him to say, there's 30 seconds left of the game.
Right.
Give me the ball.
His instinct is distribute the ball.
Exactly.
And he never learned that killer instinct. But he's got all the talent in
Right.
the world.
Now,
he needs to get that.
You said you compared to Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson had that killer instinct,
Right.
and they won 6 rings. If somehow Ben can develop that, and let's face it, and you may agree or may not, with this coach,
It's
he
not going
won't
to
get
happen. It's not going to happen.
He
he
won't
won't get
develop
it.
it.
He won't. Exactly right. He will not develop that.
Nope.
No one will on that team.
Nope.
But if he won't, if you're saying that, and you're saying Brett Brown is the coach to let the players figure it out, why wouldn't he
Why wouldn't he what?
develop that coaching on the court?
Because he's not. They're not. Brett Brown isn't telling him, "Hey, this is your time. You command that ball. That's your ball. No matter where it is on the court, either you go get it or you make damn sure they give it to you and you finish." And they're not doing that.
Nope.
They don't know how to do that. The one guy that had to do it was Butler last year, and we don't know what happened with him.
Right. He's a guy that they ended up they used to close games and
Right.
stuff.
And I hate that term in basketball, closer, but they have none.
Nope.
They have no closer right now. And
That's why I was so iffy about this lineup. I don't like it.
I'm saying I don't know. There really is nobody on this team that I would
Well,
say.
they were expecting JoJo to start.
Exactly.
to-
And
when
he
that
still might
comes.
be.
You
And
know.
he still might be. But I'm telling you, with this guy at the helm, I don't see it.
How long do you wait until the might be ends?
As long as it takes. He's your
So
future.
10 years?
He's your $184 million man. You have no choice. You've paid him.
Him-
You've got to wait.
Him and Embiid are right now your future. You basically have to build
Right.
around
You're
them.
building around
Right.
them. But
So,
Exactly.
if he's not your guy, how long until you wait to go get another guy?
I'm saying half this season you got to go get somebody.
Oh.
I'm saying if you don't
I'm saying before the
If you
trade
don't
deadline,
get-
you got to make a deal.
get to the conference championship this year, someone has to go.
I know it ain't going to be the coach.
It was coach. It was
I think
Embiid.
it
It
is.
was Simmons.
They don't get
I-
to the finals. The coach is gone.
I truly believe this is his last year in Philly. Of course, I believe that last
I was
year
going to say, you were
and
confident.
the year before that,
100
That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
and the year before that.
Right.
If they don't make it to the conference, someone's got to go.
right. Well,
Because these past 2 years, they hadn't even got to the conference yet.
Yeah.
And it was a complete waste last year, all the trades they made. Complete waste.
well, they're up now.
I was going to say last year
32-24.
they're up 8.
Yep.
Second quarter.
Second quarter, like 6 minutes left.
Nick, how are our Flyers doing there?
And on the Joel Embiid watch,
Second loaded?
13 minutes, 10 points.
Whoa.
10 rebounds.
That's like 10 more points than last game.
You sure did.
Holy shit! How
Leading the
Flyers
Sixers.
doing?
I did
Wow.
learn something. I did learn something from Zach, though, saying that he went 0-11 and scored 0 points. That's impressive.
Yeah, it is.
To go 0-11 and score 0 points at the same
I
time.
mean, Claude Giroux outscored him.
I'm
that
impressed.
night.
Jake Voracek outscored him.
Who?
Right.
Give me
still
my
play?
money. Give me my money. Give me my money.
Tell them, bring me my money.
Is he still on the team?
Dropped a nice F-bomb the other night.
Did he really?
Yeah, in his post-game interview.
Wow! I didn't know he's still on the team.
What, for sure?
I swear
Isn't
to God,
that
I didn't
Canadian?
know.
What?
What did he say? He's Canadian, right? He said for sure.
Voracek isn't Canadian. I don't
Oh, whatever. That's right. He's not.
think.
He's European. I'm a
Yeah.
peon. I'll be peeing after I drink
And that's-
some more of this.
And that's right, Nat.
You'd
The
be
Flyers
bouncing off
don't
the
win
walls
there.
after that.
They do not win there, but they just scored to tie it up.
Hey.
Juan in the first period.
All right. I haven't really been following Nick. How,
With,
how they
what?
doing? How they doing?
Pitlick,
this
the
year?
new kid. These new kids are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Fun to watch.
Give me some pointers here. Give me some things to watch, to look out for, to watch.
Kids.
Such as, help me out.
Farabee, Frost,
I would say that.
Pitlock.
Do you know their first names?
Pitlick,
Sure.
Tyler Picklick,
Tyler Pitlick.
Justin Braun. He's
Yeah,
a good
Justin
one.
Braun. Yeah, that's a good one.
I know Konechny.
Connecting who's
That
falling
Joe
off,
Farabee.
falling off a little bit.
You could just say
Farabee's
a
been
random
playing
name,
good.
and I'll just go along with like,
Mason,
yeah, sure.
Mason Frost, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mason Frost is. They've been having
Johnny Hamstring.
that's right.
They've been having some good games. Right
Dickie
now.
Hurts.
He plays every
They-
sport.
He plays everything.
They need to
Another
stop.
guy that's Provorov, right? He's
Provorov's
following-
been doing very well this year.
Provolone?
They need.
Provolone.
Not a boy.
He need to stop going overtime.
Yeah. That's for
I
damn
would
sure.
love for that to end and play.
They
you
need
know.
to stop giving up late goals at the end of games.
That'd be nice.
So
Some they're tying up late. Some of them they're giving up late, but the overtime is killing them right now.
Nat, who the hell is Niski?
Niskanen?
Yeah,
I know
him
it says
too.
Niski.
Probably.
I don't know who we're
Matt
talking about.
Niskanen.
Matt
Ah,
Niskanen.
Is he on the Flyers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he
I
is.
swear to God, I didn't know that.
He's right between.
I'm not kidding you.
He's right between Philip Myers and Ivan Provorov.
Up, and they just gave a goal back. So
Oh, that lasted long.
well, there it is.
that didn't
Well,
take
moving
long.
on.
Who is between the pipes tonight?
It looks like
Elliot.
Elliot's between
Elliot
the pipes.
Eugene. That doesn't. We don't.
That's okay, and he's going to be hurt in about 15 minutes.
We don't. We've been saying that for a while, and he's still playing well. But we don't. We don't win.
Playing
in,
well.
We don't win in Columbus.
Columbus.
So we what? I think they said 14
Well, I
game
think
out of
it's-
14 game.
By the way, it looks like they gave up that goal with 36 seconds left in the period.
yes.
They honestly, Nick, they've been doing it for 3 years, and it
They've been
boggles
doing it
my
for.
mind.
They've been doing it forever.
No, they've been doing it. This group has been doing it. They've been giving up late goals at the end of periods for at least 3 years, and it drives me insane. It's like every coach we have in there, button it up. You got 2 minutes left in the period. You shorten up your lines. All right, guys, we got to go hard. We got to finish strong. Finish strong. Finish strong.
What do you have on defense? We've had all young kids on defense past 3 years.
That's it.
They don't know how to shut it down.
These kids got to learn. You got 2 minutes.
Right.
You got to play your hardest. These are the last 2 minutes of a period.
Play your heart, Tis.
Yeah.
Why isn't Hart in that tonight?
Just Hearts play a couple games. They have Elliott in tonight. I'm fine the way Elliott's still playing well. Hart came out of his slump.
I know Hart was giving up some easy goals.
Hart
for a
was
while
letting
there.
everything in. 5
He
shots.
was
Somehow he
Swiss
was letting
cheese.
Right.
6 goals.
Well,
So
it meant if they were playing in Switzerland and he gave up a lot of goals.
I don't get it.
No sound
reference?
effects there. Nothing.
Nothing.
I don't have
What-
mine.
what do you
Come
want?
on, this is the joy buzzer.
Is it?
Which one do you want?
Son of a
Which one,
bitch.
oh, you want this
Just
one?
give me
Yeah.
one. I'll take it.
Poor choice.
Little
but-
little laugh track, maybe. He's Swiss cheese in Switzerland.
Ah, that guy. I get it.
Jeez.
Where's the crickets? There they are. Okay.
God. The Flyers are 12-7-5 because we keep going overtime.
Oh, 5 overtime losses.
Yes.
So we still got a point.
5 points. Yeah, I mean they're
So
not.
where are they in the standings? Like, is anybody running away with this?
Islanders have been insanely
The
hot.
Islanders-
The
Insane.
Islanders, huh?
Yep. Yeah, they resurrected the ghosts of Mike Bossy
Right,
and
Billy Smith.
and Dennis Potvin.
Right.
Sitting in 5th right now.
Yeah, and they're still playing in the
But-
mausoleum.
Sitting in 5th right now. We win tonight. We could be in 3rd. So they're floating in the middle of the Metropolitan Division right now.
The Metro, huh?
Yes.
I hate to say it, and we've
And it's
discussed
still
this off
way too early.
off headsets and stuff. But I've just grown apathetic with this team,
I agree.
and I don't plan on making them part of my sports schedule, unless they do something in March.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm
and,
just.
and I hate saying that because, you know, I love the Flyers. I love the orange and black and everything.
I do too.
And actually, out of all 5 of the major teams in this town,
Thank you.
they're the ones that break my heart the most.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're the
I
ones.
agree.
When
I agree.
when Lindros got hit in the head, I almost had a heart attack that game. And then since then, they literally just keep breaking my heart.
Two things
they
are real quick.
teeter, they
Before we do that, you noticed on the text today I included the Union, right? Did you see that?
Yeah, but it was in parentheses, so that doesn't
But I
count.
included the Union.
Doesn't
So
count.
Well,
I don't
one team that
necessarily
we
agree that they're one of the 5 major sports teams because there's like 4, but I put them in the text. Just saying.
whatever.
Well,
Okay,
there
what
are
was-
5.
What was your
But-
point?
Now's the time to watch because you got these kids. You got to see what they're doing. They're not doing horrible this year. They definitely slowed down a little bit from the beginning of the year, but watching some of these kids, the way they're scoring is just impressive to watch. They're giving up late goals that they probably shouldn't be, and Hart having a really bad little spurt he had with everything going in was hard to watch. But I mean, Frost coming in, his first 2 goals are ridiculous. Farabee was going nuts for a little bit. We can get Konechny rolling again. You know, they can score.
Yeah.
The team has the potential. You can get all these kids hot and some of these veterans hot at the same time. It just ping pong right off each other and put them in the net.
And as soon as we trade Vorsak and Giroux, we'll win the cup.
See, you keep saying, this brings up the Eagles stuff with Howard, the running
Stir in
back,
the pot. Stir in the pot.
right?
Stir in
You
the pot.
say how he's one of the top 3 running backs in the league,
Oh no, statistics show that he's one of the top 3 running backs.
and you
in
want
the
to keep
league.
him because of that. So with
I wanna-
Giroux being that same aspect in hockey, why don't you want to keep him?
You almost made me spit out my
He's
fruit
one
punch.
of the top 3 statistical players in hockey.
Points?
Is he?
Yeah, he's
Now?
up there. Yes,
No shit.
since he's been around, he's still up there in top point. One of the best face-off guys in the entire NHL.
Okay.
So if why doesn't that carry over to a different sport?
Because number 1, Jordan Howard's 24 years old.
Man,
So he's got a long
don't have
career.
any-
Let me finish. You asked a question. Let me answer your question. He's got a long career ahead of him.
Oh, hold on, isn't he a running back?
Yes.
So he
still got-
doesn't.
he's still got 5 years.
so he doesn't.
Wait,
He's still got
Yeah,
5
what-
years.
How about,
what's
what did you
it-
say? 3 years? 4
the,
years?
The average,
Okay.
the
They asked me
average.
a
length.
question, but then let me finish my
Well, this
point.
is a side bottle. You can go. Me and Rob Sears
Side
can have an
bottle.
hour seat.
Side
Yeah,
bottle.
I'll wait. Go ahead.
How do you think I
The-
feel
Bottle.
every time I talk?
Bottle,
Settle
bottle,
with
Everyone
bottle,
cuts
bottle,
me off.
Bottle, bottle,
bottle, bottle.
bottle, bottle.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Average career of a running back is just over 3 years.
All right, so go ahead.
Okay.
Just fact checking your
Okay. So, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted,
bottle.
Jordan Howard's 24 years old, or whatever the hell he is,
Okay.
25.
Okay, at the end of his career.
Giroux is 33.
33, isn't he like 28, 29 or something?
Giroux?
How old? Fact check.
Fact
Fact
check.
check.
Fact check.
I'm going to say I don't know how old he is, but I guarantee you his best years are behind him.
For a hockey player?
Yeah.
Fact check. They're fact
Waiting.
checking it right
Who's
now.
the super old guy that keeps playing that doesn't die?
Bottle.
Oh,
Shit, I can't remember
Yeah,
his name.
I
He
can't
has the
remember.
fans that follow him around.
yeah, Pittsburgh, played for Pittsburgh.
Who,
played
Yager?
here.
Yamir.
Yager.
Yeah, his best
Yeah.
years are behind him too.
Yep.
They are.
He's 31.
Okay, there you go. See,
Right.
31.
So we're in the middle of what we both said.
He's in the middle of his career.
Of what career? I mean, middle nothing. He's in the end. Okay, but
31 for hockey.
and you know what? I'll be kind here. Giroux, I keep him around.
Okay.
You know, but don't expect him to be the best player in hockey kind of thing anymore. That Laviolette slapped him with a couple years ago.
You've been dragging him down since that.
Exactly, because it was such a bullshit statement. The other guy, the other asshole we
guy?
talked about, Voracek,
Oh God.
okay, who's been sucking for years. Now, before you go and say, oh, this and this and this and this, I'm going to ask you this question that we talk about all the time.
Okay.
With those two on this team, what have they done? What have they won? Nothing.
Okay.
So why are they still here?
you
brought,
could
no,
say
let me
that
finish.
about
They've
a
brought up
number
the
of-
kids now. Let's see what the kids can do. Get rid of these two guys.
You can't make an entire team
Sure you
of
can.
1 or 2 3-year players.
Sure you can.
You want to see somebody get
Why not?
smoked? You think they suck now? You want an entire team of 3-4-year players? Exactly.
go back
You
to
want
your-
no veterans on this team? Whatever. Who teaches them?
Go
Who
back
shows
to
them?
your football analogy. The first year you had Troy Aikman and Emmett Smith and Michael Irvin, and they brought them all up and played them. And the first year they went, I think, 1-15.
Okay.
By year 3, they won a Stanley Cup. I mean, Stanley Cup by the Super
Corey
Bowl.
Aikman plays. Wow.
Go Fish.
What am I watching?
They won a Super Bowl by year 3
Okay.
because Dallas saw that their
No.
veterans
Go Fish.
didn't or couldn't get the job done, so they got rid of them all and brought in kids and coached them and taught them.
Different sport.
Do you have a queen?
Same idea though. Bring in your kids. That's what you do. Your veterans
Three of a kind.
had the chance.
So
to get
in that-
your veterans had the chance to get the job done
You have an
for a
ace?
decade and
Yeah.
did nothing. All it did, as
Had
Rob
they-
said,
all four
break
of them.
hearts.
Have they ever had a
what?
full
What?
team built around them?
Speaking of hearts, do you have an 8 of hearts?
I don't.
But
Rob,
have but
Rob,
they
how many times was your heart broken? You said.
Over the gosh.
but have
hundreds
they
of times.
have they ever had a full team around them?
Sure, they have. Well, you said they have.
So Aikman's
Right.
a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So who would you think maybe a somewhat said quarterback would be for a hockey team? It's not gonna be your captain. It's gonna be your goalie, right?
Should be.
So when have they had a good goalie to have their back?
Well, whose fault's that? Because they kept signing these guys. They said, "Well, the next."
I'm not saying
great
you're
goalie.
you're expecting something out of these guys who don't have the help around them to do something. Two guys
Then
are
you
not
go
going to.
get them, like Dallas did.
So that's not Giroux and Voracek's fault.
Sure, it is.
It's their fault that nobody goes and gets them
It's
a good
their
goalie.
fault that they're not putting a better team. They have a great competitive team out there.
It's their-
because they
he was
are
a-
he's the captain.
You
of
heard what
the
he was about to
team.
say, right? It's their fault they're not putting a better
is
team
the
around.
captain of the team. He's supposed to make the players around him better. That's his job.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Exactly. Thank you,
That's a new
Marshawn
one.
Lynch.
That's a
And
new
I
one.
love that.
I like that one. That's a new one. Just saying.
So
That's
I'm
me.
sorry.
Two
I
guys,
like
but
that. I like that.
two
Claude
guys don't
Giroux
carry a team.
And Jacob Voracek have got to go. They should have gone 5 years ago when we could have gotten something for them.
Two
We'll
guy-
be lucky to get a bag of Doritos and a freaking donut for either one of them right now.
Yo, I
Two
could
guy-
go for a bag of Doritos right,
Right?
now.
Actually,
guys
no,
don't carry
that
a
pizza.
team.
Sure they
And
do.
what is it going into the
Cool
playoffs?
Ranch.
And
Sure
we
they
always
do.
say,
Two guys
You
don't
always
carry
got
a
room
team.
for
Look at
Cool Ranch.
Pittsburgh.
oh, fuck Pittsburgh.
Oh,
What do we
actually,
always say
You're going
going
to tell
in?
me that Sidney Crosby and Malkin haven't carried that team for the past decade?
hold
Mark
on.
Andre Fleury and net, one of the best goaltenders ever. You're telling me he had nothing to do with it?
Best goaltenders ever.
One of the best ever.
Stat check.
Stat check.
Stat check
check.
is what
What
I
is
said.
To play devil's
It's always a
advocate,
hot goaltender going into playoffs.
Say
The-
you're playing
the-
devil's
And how come we
advocate,
never
but I
have that
get it.
hot goaltender? How
we
come we never
don't.
make the playoffs?
You act like we haven't made the playoff in a
Just here so
decade.
I won't get
What
fined.
were you devil's advocating?
I was going to devil's advocate that there's a part of me that agrees with the commish in that the Penguins, after they won their last Stanley Cup, actually went back and rebuilt that team aside from Crosby and Malkin, let Fleury go, and then that whole revamped team.
And what did Fleury
is-
do?
He
Take
went-
his team immediately to a Stanley Cup.
But they've rebuilt that team, and
What's
it's
happening?
somewhat decent.
What's happening? What happened? What did I miss?
No,
What did I miss?
You okay? You have to fart?
no, Rob, see, you agree with me. I was just looking for the snow.
Oh, I thought you were looking for the blue moon.
Same thing.
There
I'm
you
about to
go,
say the
that's
snow
what
is more likely because we're kind of in almost wintertime. So
Actually, he went into that corner because he had to do it. Yeah, that's the reason he went into the corner.
unlike yours with the choir over here who has every hit, every tone.
So it's now the end of the first period there at Flyers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
Down 2-1?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know when they play again?
In about 10 minutes, probably.
Good one, Dick. Good
Ding,
one, Dick.
ding,
You got me.
Ding, yeah,
ding,
yeah. Let me
ding,
give him a
ding,
ding. Hold on,
ding,
let me give him a ding.
Ding, 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 ding,
There you
ding.
go. Here's a ding.
There you go.
You got
They
ding.
got 4 o'clock on Friday
That-
against
really?
Detroit.
Against the
Black
Red
Friday.
Wings.
Black
That was-
Fri-
you're right. They always play Black
Yep,
Friday.
they always have an afternoon game
Yeah,
Black Friday.
you are correct, sir.
That's right.
You are correct, sir. All right, so that's our Flyers
Actually-
discussion.
They actually have a back-to-back because then Saturday they go on the road to Montreal.
Montreal
Play the
for
Canadiens.
5 o'clock, right?
Montreal.
I think
Uh,
that's
3
fi-
o'clock.
3
It's
o'clock?
3 o'clock
Yeah.
on
Two
Saturday.
afternoon
I'm going to
games?
miss both games.
Yep.
Oh, not miss them, but
Well, 4 o'clock we'll be done by then.
hopefully.
Well,
But yeah, well, because of the whole opening the season in a different
In
country,
Prague.
right.
the fact that we always get screwed over with our schedule just made it severely worse
Mm-hmm.
because we've been playing back-to-back games every weekend for the entire month of November. Probably into December, we're going to keep going with that.
Do they make the playoffs this year? Just tell me that.
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'll watch them.
Are they a legit contender?
All these kids stay playing well, yes.
Okay.
Honestly, if you make the playoffs in the NHL, I always say you're a legit contender because all you need is a hot goal.
Hot goalie.
Right.
Yeah. So making the playoffs is half the battle.
Right.
If they
Any
can
team.
slip in and Hart goes like that, even if Elliott snaps, because Elliott can get on good runs
Oh,
where
he's
he
gonna
goes
snap
nuts.
his leg. We know he gets hurt.
Elliott, you can't take the fact that Elliott gets on runs where he's good. He gets
Sure.
injured all the time, but he gets run. He could get hot going into the playoffs for some reason. So it's the hot goaltender.
Okay.
They never seem to have at that time.
We're
Make
with
the
you.
playoffs.
Make the playoffs.
Make the playoffs.
Make the playoffs. I'll watch it.
Okay. On Sunday, the professional football team played a game at the Link. And they played against the Seattle Seahawks. That's all I got to say. Go ahead, Zach. It's all yours.
Was that air?
The forum is yours today. Oh, he's taking the shades off. He's meaning business right now.
Oh, get the camera.
Go
Get
ahead.
the close up.
Go ahead, Zach.
All right, get a close up.
That's all. Close. What camera is he going to?
Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm pretty sure you guys have your opinions,
You yell
but
this
this
out
is the way I feel at this particular moment. Okay? At this moment right now, I do not want the Eagles to make the playoffs. I don't. Because I do not want to see this team in the playoffs at this particular moment. The way Carson Wentz is playing right now, you should not have your franchise quarterback fumbling and walking into your running backs, fumbling the ball, and overthrowing your receivers. You're getting paid $100 and something million over the past 5 years. If you're getting paid that much and being the franchise quarterback, you got to do the right things a quarterback should do. Now, the wide receivers. We get it. We didn't have the starting three, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit. Next wide receiver up, you got to catch the ball. You're getting paid millions of dollars. Catch the fucking ball, okay? Ooh. Catch the ball. Honestly, catch the ball. It's not that hard. I could go out there and I could do it. You give me like a Dorito bag, I'll do it. The defense, right now, the defense is playing good. But defense is playing good right now. But when was the last time we seen a defensive lineman get a sack? When was the last time? Instead of Michael Jacobs coming back.
They had 4 sacks on Sunday.
Our defense has been incredible.
That's what I said. The defense is doing good.
Yeah, they had 4 sacks on Sunday.
Okay, now the offensive lineman. Where's the offensive lineman?
Right.
We had none that game.
You're right.
All right, I'm sorry, Jason Peters. Sorry, dude, but you got to go. You got to step down. You got to retire. Just get off the field. Brooks, you're the highest paying guard in the league, and you leave because of anxiety? Are you kidding me?
I would.
No, you're getting paid millions and millions of dollars. You can't suffer through the first quarter because of anxiety? Come on now. Come on. What are you, a teenage girl? Come on now.
Wow, all right.
And it's just BS. Watching this offense is disgusting. It's disgusting.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to Wentz, because we were all hoping that he was going to be that MVP caliber player in the second year, but where was that? Where was that? And I kind of put on Harry Roseman too, because if Harry Roseman is the so-called manager, right? He's supposed to bring in people to help us win another Super Bowl. He brought on Jordan Matthews. What does Jordan Matthews know? Caught like 4 passes the past 2 weeks and then let him go? What was the point of even bringing him in the first place? And me and Kamish were talking about this the other day. Why not bring in Des Bryant? It can't get any worse now. Why not bring him in? Am I wrong?
No, I agree with
No,
that.
We're
go
just
ahead.
letting you go.
Go ahead, Pimp Turner.
Keep going. You're on a roll.
Keep that pimp hand strong.
Keep
And
going.
Doug Peterson.
get that pimp
Doug
hand.
Peterson.
Hey.
Doug Peterson got
Get
to
that
go.
pimp
I
hand
am
going.
sorry. But if you know that it is going to be windy and the ball can, and the wind can,
Go ahead, slap it.
hit the ball somewhere other
that
than the
thing.
receiver's hands, run the ball. Jesus Christ, you brought
ahead.
in Jordan
Keep it
Howard.
strong.
You
Keep it strong.
drafted Miles Sanders.
Jordan Howard didn't play.
You
strong.
have.
You know what?
You brought in Jay Ajayi, okay? Take out Jordan Howard. You brought in Jay Ajayi. Run the freaking ball. Like, you're getting paid millions of dollars to be the coach of this team, and you're not even doing that correctly. Like, come on now. I'm tired of these Eagles. I don't want to make them. I don't want to see them in the playoffs. If they go on a run this next couple weeks and they get a bunch of
Go
wins,
Pimp Turner.
go ahead.
it strong.
Good. I don't want
Nah.
to see them in the playoffs.
Take
I
that
don't.
hoe down.
I'm done.
It's a hoedown. Hoedown. Yeah. That hoedown was brought to you by the Pimp Turner. There you go. Yeah.
I'm done.
Are we good now?
I'm done.
Okay. That was Zach.
That was the Pimp Turn, baby.
That was
Yeah,
Zach.
Keep that Pimp Turn. Keep that Pimp Turn strong.
But you know what? The kid's got a point.
I 100% agree with
got a point.
this team will not do anything in the playoffs.
And also, I have a
And
question
the best
for all
part
you guys.
is Dallas thinks they will, and they're in the same boat as us. So
I have a question for all you guys. So
45 soft.
you see these past couple weeks. Do you still think Wentz is our franchise quarterback?
It's been rough. It's been
After these
it's-
past couple weeks,
it's
do you
been-
still think
it's
Wentz is
been
our franchise
very,
quarterback?
very rough.
Yes, he is.
You still think so?
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
He's not injured.
Who else we have?
That's our problem.
What do you mean?
Who else? At quarterback do we have?
Oh no, I'm not saying. Is this the guy for the future?
Yeah.
you can
do
always
you
go
want-
draft someone.
Do you want at this
You can always
moment,
go draft
do
someone
you
or go
want
trade for someone else
Carson
that you
Wentz in
see
the
as
next,
a better fit.
In the next 5 to 10 years, do you want him to still be your Eagles quarterback for the future?
Yes.
And
you still want to be?
It's
Yes.
tough
Okay.
to say because what is around him right now is garbage. The offensive line is gone. Clearly, there's no receivers, and we can't. Our running backs can't stay healthy.
I'm at the point
But
where I don't even
Wentz-
think the receivers want to play the game of football anymore.
His fundamentals are just have broken down
Come
the
on, keep
past
going,
couple
Ken.
weeks
Am I wrong about that?
to where he's not playing where he should be.
Am I wrong?
But now,
No, sugar daddy, no.
do you
like-
You're always right.
Am I the only one getting the feeling that the wide receivers don't want to play anymore?
do you realize?
But that was Jeffrey started shit. That was some lady that made up a fake thing saying that Aguilar had a fake Twitter account blasting the thing. That's just it's coming down to Jeffries acting like he doesn't want to play for this team anymore.
Like he's being a little diva. Kind
Right.
Of person, right. And what do you do with divas, Pimp Daddy? Go ahead, do it.
Get the hell off this team!
Wow.
Damn.
Do you
He was
realize
strong with that.
that we did not have 6 offensive starters in that game?
Right.
Next man up.
But that's
Right.
what everybody's
right.
got to let go of is that Super Bowl year. That was our year. Nothing was going to stop
I know.
us no matter what. So the
But-
next man up mentality, when that happened that Super Bowl year, the next man up played better than the starter. That's not going to happen
Nick.
every single time.
Nick.
Yes. Yes.
If you get drafted to a football team, correct? You were good enough to play for that football team, correct?
Correct.
Backup starting no matter what. So if
Well,
you were
no,
good
no.
enough, if you were good
Because
enough,
if you're a backup, then you're not a starter.
you're still good enough to be on that team, correct?
You're good enough to be on that
You're
team.
still good enough to be on that team, correct?
But does that mean you play as
You
good as
are
the guy
still
above?
good enough to be on that particular team if they sign you or draft you, correct?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
Okay.
as a
So
starter.
if they brought you in to do
right.
one job and is to do your job, and if you can't do that job,
If you can't do
have
that
to
job,
go.
you a drive ass turkey.
But
Exactly. You
I
got to go.
But I got a question for you then.
What?
If you're good enough to play on that team,
Mm-hmm.
and you're supposed to be as good as that
What's up,
person
soul
above
brother?
you,
Slap
why
me
aren't you
some
starting?
skin.
That's a question for them. That's not a question for
All
me.
right.
That's a question for them.
But that's what you're making it seem is the next man up. That guy below the starter is supposed to be as good as the starter. There's a reason he's a
Well,
second
you gotta
string.
try or be as close to that.
But there's a reason he's a second or third string wide receiver.
I like that one.
Okay, so now you gotta tell the dude to be better or be as almost
Right.
good as
That's
him.
right.
He's gonna play his best.
So
but
that's
there's-
not on me. That's on the person that's the backup.
kid-
He's
Preach
gonna
it.
play his best, but that's
Preach
the
it to
reason
him.
he's a
If that's
second
not
or
his
third
best,
string.
you better
Preach
go
it
out
to
and find
him.
someone else.
That's
Simple
on
as that.
that's on management.
Sorry,
But,
we got to do something freaky with him.
but if
Then
you're
then that's on Harry Roseman. If
Leon
the
Haywood.
backup's
Right.
not doing his job, go out and
1973.
find someone who can.
right, that's on Roseman. That's not on that player. If that's all he's
It
gonna
can be on that player. If
but
he's
that-
not doing his job well, that's on him.
But that's all if he's going to be as a
And
third
Harry
string
Roseman
wide.
just has to go out and find a better player.
That's on Harry Roseman then. If the
But
player,
it's also on the player if the player's not playing well.
but if he's playing as hard as he can, he's only going
It's
to
always
be,
as hard as you can if you're not playing well.
if he's only going to be a third string wide receiver his entire career.
Slap all
How-
these bitches tonight.
You can't expect him to be a first string receiver. There's a reason he's not starting because he's not as good as the person in front of him.
But
So
You
when
know
it's
what?
his time to
And-
come up, if he's not going to, he's playing his hardest. But
He's
his
obviously not.
But his hardest is
but
not.
if
will-
you're all right, you're talking about receivers, right?
His hardest will never be as good as the starter.
You're talking about your receivers, right? So
Yeah, 'cause
if you
that's what we're
if your
talking about
job
right
if your job is a receiver, your job is to catch the ball, right?
Okay.
Okay. And if they can't catch the ball,
Why do you
So-
think he's the third string?
exactly. So
Right,
go
so why-
out. No. Go out and find someone who can catch the ball. Don't keep signing Jordan Matthews over and over again because we all know he's not gonna get the job
Well,
done.
that's a problem somewhere else. But you can't.
Okay. All right,
But
wait,
you
wait,
can't-
Wait, wait, wait,
Let's play these
Okay,
guys out
wait,
here.
wait.
Let's
Put-
play these guys
listen,
out here.
Listen, listen.
But why are you expecting Jeffries to be your number one now? He's never going to be.
The other day they showed on that sports talk show, radio show, whatever the hell, they were showing the Eagles wide receivers from Sunday's game running routes, of the called plays. And it showed that the Eagles receivers that were playing that day ran their crappiest routes ever and didn't give Carson Wentz, anywhere to throw the ball.
Right.
I'm not saying that's the reason why they lost or like that. I'm just saying that's part of the reason why is because the receivers did not run the correct routes. Carson was throwing where they should have been.
Correct.
And not where they were. Now that's on both. That's on Carson. That's on the receiver.
Carson has to get on them and tell them.
Right. Now, we've all been complaining about this, that Carson's been holding the ball too long.
Oh, way too long.
Right. That's also on the receivers running shitty routes.
Right.
Because he's waiting for them to come out of their break or to make that turn, to go do the crossing pattern. So there's
that's on both.
I'm not saying this is the reason why the Eagles are playing as bad as they are.
It's not there. Throw it away.
Right. He
Don't
doesn't
take
know
the
to
sack.
do
Don't take
that
the
yet.
20-yard
Exactly.
sack.
Or
Exactly.
tuck it, run.
Which he should have done more of.
Which is
he
I
started.
should have done
He
more.
started
I think
doing it in the
he's scared
first
to
quarter.
re-injure his knee. That's what I think.
I don't think he is anymore.
I
That
think
was
he
last
is.
year. I don't think it's this year.
No,
I
last year
think
was
he's scared.
afraid to get re-injured.
I think he's scared.
This year,
Because
he's
there
just,
were plenty of times he could have ran that ball. And
This year
didn't.
he's trying
Mr.
to.
Peterson, you're 1,000% correct on that, though. Opposing running back is more receiving yards than your whole team.
That's
You're right
disgusting.
there.
It's
You're right.
disgusting.
Just say, that's on management. You can't expect your number 3 receiver to play like your number 1.
But if you're a
because
receiver,
he's-
your job is to catch the ball. And if you're brought onto that team, you have to learn the correct routes.
Flyer scored.
Like,
But it's
you can say
They're strings,
I get what you're
right?
saying. I get what you're saying.
Right.
Your third,
That's all I'm saying.
Your
It's-
third backup shouldn't be as good as your first. I get it.
right.
But if you're brought onto a team,
So he's gonna
learn
he's
the
gonna
playbook.
he's gonna run the
Learn
wrong route.
The right routes.
He's not gonna have the
catch
same
the
chemistry.
ball.
Man, I don't know if his bees ain't running the right routes, he going down, slapping it. Make
Exactly,
sure
you know what I'm
he make
saying?
sure to get the ones that are. Yeah, you know how it is.
You got to,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
all of
That's
that
it.
all of that
Exactly.
stuff makes sense. Wentz isn't taking reps with your third string wide receivers. He's taking reps with your first and second. So the third string comes in, that chemistry is going to be off. You can't look at him and be like, you're Alshon Jeffrey now. No, you're
However,
not. You're a third string quarterback, a
then-
third string wide receiver.
To blow up, though, what you just said, to completely blow it up, why did Greg Ward have 7 catches on Sunday?
Because shit just happens sometimes.
He just brought from the practice squad.
But stuff
He was literally just brought up.
stuff just happens. He's no one, right?
At this point, he's the best
I'm
wide
not
receiver we got.
I'm not sure I've ever even heard of the guy until Sunday.
Right. So he's a nobody. So why would the other team be like, we got to cover this guy? He's going to catch it every time it's thrown to him. You're not going to do that. You're going to cover the more known guys.
We had no well-known guy.
Right.
I like the fact there's a ding in this sound effect now for that because I just do.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
So the
I'm just
the
saying,
Eagles,
you can't expect
the Eagles
some
came
of the
up
players
small.
we have right now to play like they're starters.
Yeah, the Eagles' offense came up small. We know this. We agree with this. Defense played their hearts out.
The Eagles
For 3 weeks now.
We all agree that if the defense only gives up 17 points, you should win the game because you should score more than 17 points in a game. We all agree with that as well.
The one thing
Yeah.
that also took me off was that when they recovered that fumble, they went and celebrated when they were down. Like
that
2
drove me.
scores.
Oh, that was
that,
not-
I hated
yeah.
that.
That
I
pisses
hated
me
that.
off.
That's like
I
the whole
hated
big
that.
burst down, point the ball, drop it. I'm like, you're losing.
But
Exactly.
on an optimistic note, you got to figure this as well.
Hmm.
The Eagles are saving Jason Garrett's job in Dallas.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
Yes, they are.
absolutely are.
If
How?
the, if the
because
Cowboys
if Dallas
make the
is farther
playoffs,
ahead of the Eagles,
Jason Garrett's doing his job.
Jason Garrett would be, but because the Dallas is still in first place, because the Eagles are playing like shit,
He's
that's
still
the only
gonna
reason
keep his job.
Jason Garrett still has a job.
Yep.
It's the only reason why.
The only reason.
Is
They're
that
talking about they want to get rid of him because
if
they lost to
lose,
New England.
If they lose
If they-
tomorrow, there's a better than average chance he's fired on Friday.
Yep.
There's a better than average chance he's gone.
I doubt it.
What I'm saying is, because the Eagles are sucking so bad and Dallas sucking so bad, and they're only a game ahead of us, excuse me, the Eagles are saving Jason
There's a
Garrett's
cough
job.
button.
Yeah, but I wasn't coughing. I had a phlegm
Fleming.
blob.
It's still.
Is there a phlegm button?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same one.
Jeez.
Same thing.
It's the same one.
I think
So, and I think we all agree that we want Jason Garrett to stay Dallas's coach for as long as
Oh, absolutely.
Long as
Cheerleader?
you possibly can.
professional
the
cheerleader.
ginger
absolutely.
cheerleader. Be there
The only,
forever.
the only other thing out of your little rant was the Brooks thing. I think you got to take that out.
I ain't gotta take nothing out.
Agreed.
It's
I ain't gotta take nothing out.
that's a condition he's dealing with that he's dealt with for years,
Call him a jive turkey.
and it was a bad game.
Right.
That's not something he can control. I
I'm
think
with you, Nick.
the depression, the anxiety, the panic attacks, that's not – people take that shit lightly, and it's not something to take lightly. And I think Peterson handled that perfectly in the press conference when they asked him about him. It's not about football now. It's about his life. It's about his way of life.
That's a condition. That's a physical condition that he's got to deal with on a daily basis.
He's not –
And when you're so used to a routine, and one little thing of that routine changes, everything changes.
right. That's
Everything.
not – he's not
You know.
butterflies in his tummy. I'm nervous. I'm getting
Right.
sick. He's having a physical condition happening to him.
And for the last 3 years, he's had Lane Johnson standing next to him on that offensive line, and he didn't have him that game. His routine's already blown up.
Right.
That's
right.
tough for a guy suffering that. You can't fault him on that. I don't fault
I
him.
can't
on
fault
that.
him on that at all.
I faulted him when I didn't know what it was, but now that I know what it is, I can't.
And he's been dealing with it for years.
Right.
That's the thing is he's had it. He's managed it. That's what's came out. I've had it under control.
right.
It was a flare-up, basically.
But he made a mistake the other day when he came out and said signing that contract also flared up the anxiety
For him.
for him.
You got to live up to something.
You can't.
But you know
you know
what?
what? Don't say that.
Right.
Don't say that because now everybody's going to be
Well,
questioning that contract.
Right.
You know, that's private. That's
And,
your.
but the
thing.
Eagles did it right because they're not giving up on him.
Right.
No.
Just like we're not giving up on anybody.
Can we play a lot of this?
I don't think
We got
can.
7 seconds. we
I
got
was about to say,
Saturday.
I don't think we can have this. in-
Courtesy of Mr. White. All right.
I think that's
You know that voice just makes me want to take my clothes off.
Please don't.
We're gonna close off. Are we taking a break or? Because I know these guys are all jazzed up and everything. Are we gonna go right through?
What's happening?
Quick break. Come back to a partial segment.
Sure. What time is it? We got still got like 2 hours to go.
And that's all for the show.
All right, we're gonna take a break because I'm gonna go hit the men's room. I'm just letting
You
America
know what?
know this.
We're going right through it now.
So when we come back, we're going to discuss what each team and each of us are thankful for on this pre-Thanksgiving
You didn't tell me that.
show.
We're still
you
doing
didn't
that.
tell me that.
Hey, did you jive turkey?
No, he
trying.
said the teams, not ourselves.
Barry, take us out.
This is Rob C., the instigator, and you're listening to The Joy Buzzer, sports talk with a buzz.
Broadcast media is all around you, and it's the people with media skills who work in this amazing industry. How do you gain those skills? The Philadelphia area campus of Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Affordable training in months, not years, without decades of debt. 1-800-TV-RADIO or GoCSB.com.
I am the commish,
And I'm Rob C., the instigator.
Nicky Cola over here.
and we are the Joy Buzzer, the premier sports talk show, sports talk with a buzz.
And if you like our new sports talk channel here on YouTube Live, please subscribe.
And if for some crazy reason you like the show, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get our notifications so when we go live, you're right here with us.
And we're back.
All right, thank you, Pimp Turn. As you can see, the commish is still off watering the lawn or whatever it is he's doing.
He's paying his water bill.
I just want to remind the folks, Nikki,
Yes.
that they can see and hear all of our past and previous shows on YouTube.
Of course.
And also, they can hear our podcasts on Apple Podcasts. Please subscribe. Give us a nice rating. Give us a nice 5+. Also, on your Stitcher apps. If
I
you got
still haven't
Stitcher
figured
out
out
there,
Stitcher.
Cheers.
go out there and listen to us on Stitcher. We have the Instagram at the official Joy Buzzer Show, right?
And we've got the Facebook page.
And we've
The Joy
got
Buzzer.
the Facebook
So
page.
we're everywhere.
We're
There's
everywhere.
no excuse.
You know,
Find
Pretty
us.
much.
We're
we
there.
took a little bit of a hiatus for these holidays.
We
There was
did.
some scheduling stuff.
I get
but
another one.
The Joy Buzzer is
Yeah.
going to be long and strong. What? Ooh,
Yeah.
what?
Another one coming in.
Another one
coming
There's
in.
going to be another one coming up. We'll see you for the Christmas show, folks. So,
Pretty much. Happy New Year.
Yeah, we're gonna have a tree in the corner. No, I'm just playing. We're not.
All right. Shh, 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 shh. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. Shh, shh, shh.
I like we're doing a job.
All right.
So, got any
So-
threes?
So how about those Phillies? Oh, pretty good, huh?
Phillies are done.
A little
Phillies
hot
are
slow
done.
baseball there.
Phillies are done.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. He brings nothing to the show. He absolutely brings nothing. Absolutely nothing. We do all the work, Nick. You know
Oh,
it's
I
true.
know that.
You know it's true.
You don't know that. He says he admits it, but I think he believes it's
Joe,
all.
so
Yeah.
so Thanksgiving
all
is
right, so-
tomorrow.
Yep.
We
And
got 3 games.
yes, we do.
3 games tomorrow. We got a good couple of games tomorrow. They're gonna be good. We're gonna be some good games tomorrow. Just like the commiss mentioned, we have the Cowboys and Bills.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You know what? That's right. We're doing just a Thanksgiving Day special version of
Next game.
Next Game. We're doing these three Thanksgiving Day games plus our beloved Eagles game. So let's start with that first Thursday game. That is the classic Thanksgiving Day game. Those Chicago Bears. Hey, I was in Chicago recently.
Oh God.
You know what the unique thing about Chicago is? And my
Beach in
friend
the middle, beach in the middle, city, beach in the middle, city.
Dan, my friend Dan, it really loves this fact that there's you go out of downtown Chicago
Mm-hmm.
and they have a beach.
And you have a chance of getting murdered?
no, you have a beach.
Oh.
There's a beach right out of downtown Chicago,
Uh-huh.
right on the lake there.
Uh-huh.
And the lake looks like an ocean.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was for Dan.
But the Bears are actually traveling to Detroit to take on the Detroit Lions. 12:30. That's your 12:30 Thursday game.
Who is Detroit's starting quarterback?
I think
No idea.
the pimp turn is actually starting this week.
Dickie Hurts. He beat me by like a smudge.
That's right, because he had a faster 40, right?
Exactly.
He can bench more.
Yeah.
Intern
he's got a
was-
stronger
intern was-
seriously,
intern was
who-
fat.
He's got a stronger pimp hand.
Who's
Yeah,
their
they
quarterback?
didn't. I have no idea.
Anybody know?
Driscoll?
Bobby
that-
Driscoll?
That's
I
it.
truly have no idea.
That's it.
Dick,
Is it?
Dick Driscoll?
Driscoll something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bobby
Driscoll.
Driscoll, the guy from NASCAR, he's actually going to be an NFL quarterback
Gotcha.
now or something.
Gotcha.
That NASCAR fact was brought to you by my brother,
Right.
Don, who's the biggest NASCAR
So
fan.
considering this guy, I'm going with the Bears.
Oh yeah, definitely Bears.
With Mitch Trubisky. Well, is it even Mitch Trubisky?
It's still Trubisky.
It's still.
I thought he was hurt. Wasn't he hurt?
He was hurt. He came back.
They're
He's
still
And he came
riding
back?
him
He's
for some
fine.
reason.
right.
fine.
And the Bears, as awful as they played, do they still have an outside chance of making the playoffs?
Sure they do.
Everyone.
Outside? Outside. Real outside.
I think they're 2 games back of the pack.
And we all know.
Well, Pack
that-
and Minnesota could.
and Minnesota.
Minnesota's
tied.
going to Seattle this week, and they're going to lose, so it doesn't really matter.
We hope so.
Yeah, Green Bay 8-3, Minnesota 8-3, Chicago 5-6.
That's a 3.
All right,
games
so
back.
they're 3 games back. So
So
they're
I'm going
just
no.
playing. Yeah,
They're
they're
not-
playing
They're not
mathematically.
mathematically
Mathematically
eliminated.
still
So
there.
yeah, they still have a chance.
They can
There's
still get
always a
hot.
chance.
Going no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
still
say.
taking-
I'm gonna say no
honestly,
as well.
I'm still
Honestly,
taking
you
the
think
Bears
about
this
it,
game.
if you think about it, the Bears are almost in the same boat as the Eagles.
Right. Is that thing loaded?
But we're,
No more
More
cat
cats.
talk.
cats.
No
Big
more
cats.
cat talk.
Big
No
cats.
more
No
cats.
more cat talk. We're
I'll
done
be a-
with the cat talk.
I'll be a
already.
big cat and you be a pit bull. Let's see who wins.
I thought it was a wolf.
Oh, the wolf one was funny. But all right, so you're going with the Bears.
Yes.
Pimp turn.
I don't know. The Bears have been kind of in a funk lately.
lately.
So,
They're going against a backup to a backup.
but you know what? I'm gonna take those cat lines.
it's Thanksgiving.
It's
though.
Thanksgiving. I'm getting ballsy. I'm taking the lines.
Oh, ballsy. Not a singer.
Yeah.
And Nikki Cola.
I got Chicago.
You know what? Since I've actually just visited the fine city of Chicago, I'm gonna take the Bears.
Mr. Peterson with the
for my
Bears
friend
also.
for my friend out in Ottawa, Illinois. I'll take the Bears.
Next game.
Next game, the 4:30 game. Those upstart Buffalo Bills travel to Big D to take on the Cow Bitches.
Buffalo 9-2, 8-3.
8-3.
8-3.
Dallas
And-
6-5.
Right. And who did Buffalo lose to? They lost to us. They lost to the Patriots. They lost to. They're not a bad team.
They're not.
No.
Oh, that's
You
when
know,
we were good.
That was probably the best game we played as a team. And
Yeah.
we still didn't play
You know
well.
why?
The defense
You know
set
why?
up
You know why?
because everybody was healthy.
No, because we ran the ball.
Well, this is true. This is true.
With our number 1 running back.
Right.
Mr. Peterson is taking the Bills also.
And you know what? Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen's their quarterback. He's kind of rounded up. He's looking
good.
nice. He's nice.
All teams playing well.
Well, Josh Allen's not going to lose you the game. He's not. I don't think he's going to win you a game, but he's not going to lose you a game. He's
But if he can manage
he's good
to-
management right
He's
now.
going to
Right.
keep you in the game.
Right.
Right.
But
And
that
if-
defense is something special.
right. And we saw how terrible, weather aside, Dak Prescott is not that good. Right?
I've never been a fan of Prescott since he came into the league. So
I think he deserves
I'm
$40 million a year.
no, there's a reason why
Take it.
Jerry's holding on to that
Yeah, he's holding on to that.
Right.
because he doesn't want him.
You take away Elliott. it falls on his shoulders.
No,
Yeah,
you
it's-
take away the offensive
Elliott's
line.
already
Offensive line.
gone.
Take his
Yeah.
offensive line.
Elliott,
He's off.
I think Elliott hasn't been right all season.
No.
Take out the offensive line. He's not normal.
But you also look at it. Well, against the Pats the other night, Cooper bad game. Who's the tight end they brought back?
Jason
Witten.
Witten.
Sucks.
Sucked.
Cobb's been
Witten's good
touch
for that
and go.
one big catch that somehow it's 3rd and 16. He picks up 17 yards a game.
Not lately.
Right.
And who's their third receiver?
Michael Gallup.
Michael Gallup, who's okay, but he's not a world beater. You know, their offense, as good as everybody thinks it is, I don't think it's that good.
I mean,
their
statistically
defense
wise-
is
It's
okay.
Cooper. You take away
Yeah.
Cooper and
Statistically
You're
wise,
right.
they are the number 1 offense.
Yes,
Statistically. But they look at it, it don't look
which
like
is
it.
why
look like-
I
Don't
also
look like
It's that Prescott every once in a while will have a flash of brilliance.
Yeah.
right.
Just
It was
and
it was against
to
us.
quote the gay guy on Fox Sports 1, what's his name? Skip. You know, Dak Prescott.
Galis?
Number 1 QBR. Who
Right.
gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Your team is 6-5. They're about to be 6-6 because Buffalo's going to take them down on Thanksgiving. And
You know-
my man Sean McDermott went to school with your godfather, put on the same team as your godfather.
Should have been the Eagles head coach.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, but
when
you know
he
what?
was up for the head coach, he wasn't ready to
He wasn't
coach
ready.
either.
He wasn't ready.
When
to
we
coach.
needed a head coach, he wasn't ready to be that guy.
He
Right.
should have been.
No.
Yes.
But
Should have been.
I'm also going to take the Bills. I think the Bills have the talent to get down there and win this game, especially on a short week.
Yep.
Right.
Next game.
Oh, what? Nikki?
Yeah, Bill.
He said Bills.
All right, I didn't hear. I'm sorry. And you got the Bills too? So you know what's going to happen now.
The Cowboys.
We
are
all
gonna
picked the
win.
Bills.
The Cowboys are going to win.
What the hell was that?
Wow.
Did you say that?
Nah, he was tapping the microphone, so I did too.
That's great. All right, next game. Do you want to tap the microphone for the next game? All right, the Thursday night game. The New Orleans Saints travel to Atlanta to avenge an ass thumping
Oh,
to the Atlanta Falcons.
that game was ugly for the Saints.
It was,
Ugly.
but
The
you know,
Saints have been
The
struggling.
Falcons beat them on every aspect of the game.
Saints have been struggling since Breeze came back.
Yeah, they really have.
Yeah.
they made one Teddy Bridgewater back.
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
He was 4-0 or
5-0.
5-0.
5-0.
5-0.
5-0.
Yeah.
He's playing pretty damn well.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it?
Because they barely won against
You,
Carolina.
you don't want them in the playoffs.
Well,
I
here's
hate
the thing.
Saints so
'Cause some-
much.
Honestly, I think the Saints were looking past the Falcons, which was a mistake because they're a division opponent.
Always a mistake. Yes.
They're a division opponent that knows them, and it's a veteran quarterback, a veteran coach, and a somewhat veteran team. So they know how to play the Saints, and they figured it out for that day. They went on the road, they smacked them in the face, and the Saints didn't have an answer.
Yeah.
I think the roles are going to be reversed this time.
Yeah, they're
I
gonna
think the
prep.
Saints realize the mistake they made at home.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to travel on a short week and say, we're going to play our game. We're going to smash them in their home stadium. And I
Yeah,
think that's what's going to
payback.
happen. It's going to be payback. Saints win.
I agree with nothing you just said there. No. I am taking the Falcons to beat them again.
And
The
again.
Falcons are coming off a loss where they got their ass kicked by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Give me a break. They suck. Jameis Winston throws 5 interceptions and then throws 5 touchdown passes.
He throws 5
We-
interceptions
right.
every game.
So I'm saying we
Right.
talked about this.
But that
Um,
just shows you the
what was-
ineptitude that is the Falcons.
You said it yourself, though. Atlanta knows how to beat New Orleans. They have the recipe to beat New Orleans.
Right. But New Orleans was also looking past them.
Right.
So I don't think New Orleans is looking past them this week.
I don't know. After they got punched in the mouth, I think they're going to be ready for them now.
Oh, I think so, too. But I think Atlanta's going to go down to New Orleans.
I don't think so.
And I think they're not going to beat them. They're going to ass kick them. They're going to lay a whopping. What do you got?
What do you got?
Saints by 20.
Okay.
Thank you, Nick.
Mr. Peterson agrees and says Saints. What do you got, Zach?
I'm taking Saints.
Oh, you're all wrong.
Join us in 2 months when we come back and let you know how that game turned out. It's the Super Bowl special.
We do have one more game to
Last
pick.
game.
Last game. It's the only Sunday weekend game that we're picking. It's our hometown Eagles traveling down to Bienvenido a Miami to take on that juggernaut Dolphins team with your boy Fitzmagic. Is he still quarterbacking him?
How the hell is he my boy?
He's still your boy because you wanted him here.
No, I didn't.
Should we rewind the tape?
Wow, did he go up an octave there or what?
Oh,
Registered on the
he
board.
He sounded like one of his hosts there.
Wow.
Jeez.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Put you
Yeah.
out.
Now he went all Gandolfini on me. His eyes got narrow and stuff.
Well, you fucking cooking
Yeah.
me.
Ooh, that's 2 F-bombs on one show. Oh, my
I
God.
know.
Skirt.
I'm not sure I like this.
Yeah.
Ever since he got that tattoo.
I know. And he got that pimp hand now.
Ever since he got something injected
Did
into
you
him.
show the world your
Yeah,
tattoo?
let's get it up on the camera.
No.
Come here, get it.
No.
I will rip that off of you. This will be
Is he
child
18?
abuse.
This is
will
not
be child
okay.
abuse on YouTube, and your dad will condone it. Let's see it. Come on, let's see the ink.
Why don't we post it on our Instagram and Facebook page after the show?
No, because this needs.
How about
because
we just pick our Eagles
Do
game?
we have an Instagram?
why so serious?
What's the
Oh,
Instagram again?
say it right.
Yes.
So serious.
What's the
The official Joy Buzzer.
There you go. Okay, thank you.
I'm picking the Eagles
Why?
because if
a
they
good
don't win,
question.
if they don't win against Miami, then they really don't believe. They really don't
Everyone's
belong.
saying we got the easiest schedule left out of everybody.
Which is why they're going to make the playoffs.
But
I don't want them to playoffs.
what 4 of the 5 games left are division?
Yep.
What do we just say? I never count out a
are-
division game.
Right.
Nope.
Ever.
Atlanta at the Saints.
Right.
Exactly.
Never.
Now I got to read Mr. Peterson says. He's like, you don't know what it's like to be beaten with flip-flops by Tony Soprano in a bathrobe.
I do. If the Eagles defense plays the way they've been playing, yeah, we win.
Okay.
I don't think we win
And,
from our offense.
and our
though.
offense puts a little something together against a not really good
2
Dolphins
completions.
team.
That's all I'm asking
Well,
for.
All I'm asking for is 2 offensive touchdowns.
We have Lane Johnson back, so that's big. Do we have anybody else back? Now I had heard that
Jeffries?
Alshon and Nelson could have played last Sunday, but because of the weather, they held him out, which really pisses me off.
The
But-
weather-
Down in Miami, it's nice.
Exactly.
It's warm.
Oh,
So-
You're playing
man.
football.
right,
Be ready for any weather.
right.
God,
right.
this sport,
And if
man.
that's the excuse, then they don't deserve to make the playoffs.
That's what I said. That's what I said. That's what I
Just
said.
saying that's what I heard.
That's what I said.
So, yeah. And I
They
think
don't deserve. Obviously, this team wouldn't
Yeah.
go anywhere in the playoffs. Do you really want to see Dallas win the division?
No.
Yes.
I'd rather
What?
make the playoffs.
yes,
I
I
do.
do.
No.
Because you want Jason Garrett to still be the head
Jason
coach.
I don't
Garrett
care.
back next year.
I'd rather take the title.
He's still
I'm
coming
done with
back.
this year. We want the next year. What's the next
now,
year's schedule's
because
like?
like everybody said, in every sport,
3-2
Let's go
Flyers.
Phillies.
nice. If you make the playoffs, anything can happen. And we thought that with the Eagles last year because they squeaked in the playoffs. They beat the Bears, and they
And
would
they-
have beat
double
the
They
Saints.
had a chance to beat the Saints.
If Alshon holds on to that ball,
If
they beat the
Alshon,
Saints.
right, exactly.
And there's a good chance they go to L.A. and kick the shit out of the Rams because they weren't very good.
But do you think that this team could go into San Francisco and win?
Yes.
You think they can?
Why not?
No.
I'll see you in the car. I'm done.
Yeah, but he's your ride home, so you really can't say anything.
That's why I'll be waiting in the car.
He's got the keys.
That's why.
I'll be waiting.
I'm gonna
next
give
to the
myself a
car.
ding for that one.
I'm going with the Eagles to win on Sunday.
Eagles because of the defense.
Big.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles.
I think the defense gets us 2 touchdowns.
I'm thinking 35-10. Big.
I'll go 14.
All we know is that we all picked the Eagles again.
Yeah, so
And
way to go, Miami. There's your third win.
Fitz
There's your
magic.
third win.
There's your third win of the season.
Like you did with Tampa Bay opening week that year.
Right.
Fitz magic rears his ugly head again.
Eagles D will keep him at bay.
We hope. We hope.
You really think the Niners and not the Ravens, Mr. Peterson? That's surprising.
Whoa.
I would say the Ravens.
I would have taken the Ravens.
That's hey,
Both. They're
Mr.
Do
Peterson's
you guys
an
want to do
intelligent
that?
man.
Do you guys want to do that as the last game since it's the big game this weekend?
Sure, we can talk about it.
that's by far going to be the best game.
It-
That could be the
it's-
best game of the season.
Let's discuss it.
Let's discuss.
That's but that's a 1:00 game too on Sunday.
That is also.
Why wasn't that flexed?
That's my
Yo,
ball.
that's another. I'm going to
Well,
bring
what's
up
the
real
8 o'clock?
quick.
What's the 8 o'clock game?
Thank God the Eagles were not on the 8:00 game.
No.
The 8
Thank
o'clock
God.
game is the Patriots
It's
going
in
to
Houston.
Go
Houston to play
frickin'
the
figure.
Texans.
The goddamn
That's why.
Patriots. So sick of the Patriots.
Yeah, they don't flex them out of anything.
No.
Nope. It's
God
the Patriots.
forbid.
They are the defending Super Bowl
Here's
champions.
this is Tom Brady's unit, and here's the NFL. Tired of it.
Cough button.
Good lord. Somebody
I'm
they call for a
just tired
gag
of it.
button.
That's it.
I'm so sick
So
of the
Baltimore-
So Baltimore and San
Defending
Fran.
champions.
Who's going where?
I think it's.
Patriots. It's
at-
in Baltimore.
In
right?
Baltimore?
Hold on a second. Yeah, the game is in Baltimore.
Baltimore,
So
1 o'clock.
49ers have to travel across the country
Mm.
to go to Baltimore.
Baltimore winning.
I think Baltimore's winning. I don't think I don't think any defense right now could stop what Lamar Jackson's doing right now.
That defense, that offense of the Ravens
Is
is
just
it seems to be clicking,
does.
and that's without them putting in that that quarterback option, the Wildcat formation. When they did that Wildcat formation with RG3, my head was spinning.
yeah. You don't
I
know
was
who's
like,
getting the ball.
exactly.
It's the first time ever that 3 Heisman Trophy winners were lined up in the same backfield.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's cuckoo bananas.
That's nuts.
You can only do that in a video game.
I'm going with, believe it or not, I'm taking Frisco.
Really?
For one reason and one reason only.
What?
They're brutal against the run. They stop the run. That's their forte. They have a
But
good
here's-
run defense.
But
Here's
here's
the
the
thing.
thing. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, go
But
ahead.
here's the thing.
Go ahead,
But you
Pimp.
did.
Somebody has a
So-
thing to say.
He-
What's the thing?
So
he
was
pimp slapped me,
So
that's all right.
was New England, and look what happened when they went to New England. They whooped
No.
New England's ass.
That
New
game
England's had the
was
best run.
was in Baltimore too.
Exactly.
So,
So
No,
You can take San Fran.
But
I just think Baltimore's just. I'm sorry,
I
it's gonna
think-
kick San Fran's ass.
watching Frisco's defense. Frisco's defense is good. They're a very good team.
Don't get me wrong, they are. But
Okay,
I
so-
like
so let's-
Jimmy G, but I'm not thrilled with Jimmy G.
okay, so break the game down this way: 49ers offense versus a really good Ravens defense, or that Ravens offense against a really good 49ers defense.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
almost like they're the same team. So I give it to the home team.
okay. That's. I'm still going
I
with
think the
Frisco.
traveling and the
And the
west
fact-
to east. Yeah, I'm going
it's
home.
either gonna be a tight game or it's gonna be.
I think it'll be a tight game. I think home.
I shouldn't say tight. It's either gonna be a high scoring game or a low scoring.
No,
game.
it's not gonna be a high scoring game.
You don't think it's gonna be a high scoring
No,
game?
I'm thinking 17-13.
I'll go mediocre. Yeah, I'm going middle
You
ground.
don't think it's gonna be high scoring?
I don't. I
if,
really don't.
if anybody scores 28 in that game, they're gonna win.
I
Nah.
just
Honestly, I think the Ravens are going to win comfortably.
okay.
Comfortably, they will win this
So
game
about 2
comfortably.
touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
Get that
Please.
right.
Double digits.
Double digits.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going Niners. I like that defense. They get after it. They're quick.
Yeah, Peterson brings up a
That's
good
a
point.
great point with Chip. Yeah.
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 Was it Chip Kelly? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Niners are rebounding from their Chip Kelly year.
All right, right.
Yeah.
Who's sucking it in UCLA? Right?
He's
Yeah.
still there? I thought they would have fired him. by now.
Nah, man, it's college. They don't
He's
fire.
they don't
it's
fire
college.
people.
They don't fire
College.
people. He just moves on.
All right. So
There is one more point I wanted to.
go for it.
Another football point I
Go
wanted to
for
make up. As everybody knows, I don't know if everybody knew this, but today apparently the Arena Football League has ceased operations.
I was just going to bring up that point.
Really?
So
Forever?
no more
Be- 1
forever.
second.
So the
forever,
Soul are
ever.
gone.
They're done.
So the goodbye Philadelphia Soul.
Wow.
Goodbye to a league that's been around for almost 30 years. Actually,
Been around for a long
Wait,
time.
why are
They-
they just stopping it?
because
There's
they
never
have 4
anybody in
teams
this-
left, and they weren't making any money.
Nobody's ever in the stands.
Yeah,
You-
and
you
it-
look
as,
at-
as someone who went to an AFL game back in the '90s when it was coming up, I saw Kurt Warner play in the AFL before I went to the Rams. It was fun. It was fun going in and seeing an arena football.
Yeah, I've
game.
seen. I've watched.
It's different,
I've seen them.
you know. And yeah, if you're a football purist, yeah, maybe you didn't like it. But to me, it looked more like the street ball that I played as a kid than it was to actual football.
Right.
And I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed watching it. I've
I
seen a
did
couple
enjoy
games in
times.
person.
Well,
It was cool.
I
but-
can't say that I was a big fan of the Soul, and I needed to go down to see a Soul game.
Yeah.
If it was on TV and I had 2 minutes to watch it or something, I'd watch it.
I used to flip them on.
But
Yeah.
you know what we can
But
say?
we always saw a stadium empty.
You know what we can say?
because nobody went.
No.
Goodbye, arena football, and welcome to XFL.
This is true, man. You know what? That's right. I'll give you a thing for that one.
Yeah.
But the XFL may go the way of the Alliance unless they got their
They don't have the money.
yeah.
if they don't have the money.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kamish?
I
XFL.
was looking for the story about the Arena Football League.
There's some guys that are in the NFL Hall of Fame that went through it.
You know,
Kurt Warner.
I'll tell you what, though, the XFL had some really innovative ideas that I think if they were given another year, would have taken off, would have flown. You know, and let's face it, McMahon's got deep pockets,
Right.
so he could have kept throwing money at them, and I think they were developing a niche, and I think that's what the
Well,
Arena Football League is counting on, because I guarantee you're going to see a lot of players from Arena League on XFL teams.
Well, what's going to happen is, what happened at that old XFL is McMahon decided he was hemorrhaging money.
Yeah.
They were losing a ton of money. And he decided to go a different route and try and turn that locker into like the backstage at Raw and stuff, where you started getting backstories out of that locker room and then started doing stories with the cheerleaders on each team and stuff, trying to turn them into divas and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you lose the football fan.
Yeah,
and
you don't.
stuff.
Yeah, it's becoming a show.
It's
not
becoming
yeah.
WWE
Right,
football.
but also too, they were going. The NBC did not want to renew their contract. They only signed for a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
They were going to go by ratings, things like that, and NBC wasn't going to re-sign them. They were going to have to find somewhere else to play, and Vince said no. It's got to be network television.
Right? Yeah, they didn't want to go.
He's not going to make that same mistake this time. Whoever, I'm not sure what network it's on, but they all have secondary networks, like CBS has CBS Sports, and Fox has the Fox
And
Sports 1, things
honestly,
like that.
he could live stream all the games on the WWE network or wherever else, or start his own XFL network and just live stream there.
Mr. Peterson has a question for the instigator there.
For the instigator?
Yes. For you.
Oh, yeah. He
What?
said,
Yeah,
ask
14
Rob,
soft.
ask Rob if he remembers the security guard named Winston at the XFL game.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Winston was the one time we went to the XFL game. I was
Met a
lucky
guy
enough.
named Winston?
I was lucky enough. I was there with the Petersons, some good friends of
Oh.
mine. My brother Don. We drove up to then Giant Stadium, the
Right.
old Giant Stadium,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
and we went to go see an XFL game. And I forgot to bring my jacket into the stadium.
Oh.
And I only had something similar to this. So I went back out to the car thinking I could come back in. I had a ticket and stuff. And they have a policy back then. There's nobody allowed to come back in.
No
the stadium.
re-entry,
yeah.
No re-entry.
Yep.
Once you leave, you're out.
Right. So this great security guard, Winston, who I had a great talking with, Mr. Peterson came down out of the stands and argued for my behalf and everything. And
Nice.
He actually got Winston to get me back into the game.
Nice.
Very nice.
So it was nice. It was very nice.
So if you need to argue, have Mr. Peterson on your
Mr.
side.
Peterson is a great arbitrator.
He's a fine
He's
fine
great
human
guy.
being.
And he's a prince among men.
And-
Salt of the earth.
Right, and a good little lover.
Yep. Good to his mother. Everything.
Does that go together?
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. Great for reminding me about that.
Yes.
But yeah, we did go to an XFL game.
Okay.
What was
That's cool.
it? Then whatever
At the
New
Swamp.
York Hitmen against somebody, Chicago, I believe
Right.
it was.
Was he hate me on that team?
No, I don't
Rod
think
Smart?
No, I don't think Rod Smart was on that team. Mr.
Dickie
Peterson,
Hertz
fact
was.
check me. It was New York Chicago, I believe was the game. I actually have pictures. I'll show them to you.
You went to Chicago.
You know what? Yeah, and I saw both Chicago teams.
Jesus Christ.
And I went to Soldier Field. You know the unique thing about Soldier Field?
He said
Yeah,
yes.
that-
He said,
Soldier
yes, it
Field?
was. You were right on the teams.
It's right on the lake. You can see the lake out from the view. Yeah, it's nice.
I think
the
I
wind
found
blows
the.
it.
Which is where the fog came in the day
For
of
the
the
day
fog
of the
ball
fog
back in
bowl
'88.
back in day.
I smell a show title coming with Chicago in it.
Oh no, this one's gonna be Pimp Hand Strong or something.
That's right.
I thought it was
The
gonna be.
pimp
Do you know
turn.
Chicago has a beach?
The
Right.
pimp turn loses his shit.
Yeah, no, either that or a pimp turn holiday, a pimp turn
Or just plain
Thanksgiving.
and simple, pimping ain't easy.
Like instead of a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, it's a pimp
Pimpin'
turn
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
I think I'm ready to go home now.
We got to give thanks.
Thanks. That's right. Are we doing
Gotta
this
do-
bit? We still have time, Nick?
We're doing a bit real quick.
Sure.
We could do it
A
quickly.
thankful bit because it's
Yes.
Thanksgiving, and
Yeah.
every show does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're going to
Every
add our
WIP.
spin to it.
Oh, sure. Here we go.
Sure we are.
Should we put spin
Nick?
music on?
Nick, what are the Flyers thankful for, and what are you thankful for?
What are the Flyers thankful
What are
for?
the Flyers thankful for?
The kids are turning out pretty decent.
Okay.
I'm thankful for friends and family.
All right, cool. Pimp turn, we'll give you the Eagles. What are the Eagles thankful
give me
for?
the
And what are
Eagles.
you thankful
Don't
for?
give me the Eagles. Give me someone else.
Nope, you got the Eagles.
Damn it. Come on, let it come back. Come back to me.
No, do it now. What are the Eagles thankful for, and what are you thankful for? You got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I don't know. Just throwing numbers out there.
I guess the Eagles are thankful that Jason Garrett has his job still.
That works.
And what Nick said,
Gobble.
what Nick said, thankful for friends and family. Most importantly.
Rob, because you're still wearing the aviators, you got the Phillies. What are the Phillies thankful for, and what are you thankful for?
The Phillies.
Yes.
What are they thankful for?
What are they thankful for?
The Phillies should be thankful for having a young core, that they've started to develop the young core with Kinnery, Hoskins, bringing in Bryce, who's still young, and Aaron Nola. They've got something to build around. That's what they should be thankful for, and that's something that they need to move forward now that they've got a manager who knows how to win, an experienced manager, and the front office who's still willing to spend money. So, yeah, thankful for the young core and something to build on.
Excellent. And what are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for? I am thankful that I get to share time and space on this beautiful earth with the commish, the Pimp Turn, and with Nikki Cola doing this show right here, right now, with all of our fans paying attention on YouTube. That's what I'm thankful
That's
for.
well done.
That tugged
That's
at my
my
heart.
That's well done.
tugged at my
That's
heart.
That's what I was hoping from you two, and you two failed.
That tugged at my heart.
You expect that from me?
Thankful for you gentlemen, and hang out. Mr. Peterson, we were all
I should have
thankful
put
for
some
you.
pimp. I should have put some pimp music back on there for that.
We are all thankful for you, Mr. Peterson. All right, now, because obviously you two, Rob and Nikki, you are the big soccer fans in the room.
Well, we were gonna give the Union to you.
What are the Union I'm not thinking. What are the Union thankful for?
Wow.
Come
no,
on,
no,
how you-
no, no,
Yeah.
no,
Hold
no,
on,
no,
hold
no,
on,
no,
hold
no,
on,
no,
hold
no,
on, hold
no.
on. No, you're
no.
taking the Union. If you give me the Eagles,
All right, you know
no.
what?
You're taking the Union.
I'll take the Union. The Union are thankful that they made the playoffs for the first time ever last year.
No, they didn't. I mean, no.
They've made the playoffs.
They've made the
before,
playoffs
but
several
For the
times.
first time ever, they made the playoffs. They're thankful that Jim Curtinrod isn't the biggest asshole on the team.
JK
They're thankful that Fafa Pinkay
is now on a different team.
Is he really?
And his name is Picoult, and
He's gone?
they just got rid of him.
No shit.
Yeah, no shit.
They've got a fire sale.
You're
going.
kidding me, right?
They got a fire sale going, and their team just fucking imploded
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm not happy. It doesn't seem
No
like a lot of their
shit.
fans are.
Wow, I obviously didn't know that.
Next
Keep going.
player.
Where's
Keep
the,
going.
where's
All right.
the big guy in the middle? Whatever.
Casper.
Casper.
Casper, yeah.
He's still there.
Okay.
As of now.
Okay, right now. So they're thankful for him.
Umba.
At least.
And Blake is still there, hopefully.
For now.
He's the goalie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what are you?
and wait. Big Jack Elliott, the sweeper.
He's still
Do
there
they
for
still
now.
call him the sweeper? Or is it just a fullback now? What is it? The last line or whatever?
Halfback.
defense,
Forward. Yeah.
Not really
he's a sweeper
anymore.
He's a sweeper to me. We're thankful he's okay.
Yeah, he's still there now.
Okay, good.
For now.
Very good. Okay.
What are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for? I'm thankful that we're still doing the Joy Buzzer after 6 years.
I don't think it's been 6
You're not
years.
even- come on.
I don't even think
check.
it's been 6 years.
hell?
Yo, what kind of weed are you smoking?
I actually think it's 4. I think 4 years.
That may be a little more accurate.
Yeah, I
three,
think
3.5
6
maybe.
I think it's 4 years, but I think it's like 4 years this November or something. I think we
was
started
gonna say,
in
'cause you-
November.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was about to say, cause you think you're doing, you think you were doing Joe Buzzer when I was in middle school? Yeah, right.
I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful of my wonderful kids. I'm thankful of my 2 bestest buds sitting here with me. Yeah, you too, you
Us?
jerks.
Oh.
What?
I'm thankful of my wonderful wife.
All right, don't worry, she's not online. With
Okay, I was checking.
He
for
was
that.
checking to make sure.
I really was.
Is she,
That's why I named her.
Let's not.
you. He's trying to get brownie points.
Damn right I am. And I'm thankful that
Chris?
I'm thankful to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting in beautiful downtown Cherry Hill.
Oh, look at that. Thank you, Tom and Chaz. We
Right.
hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Now, what are we all thankful for the Sixers, real quick? Real quick, one word answers.
They're not in a lock.
Ben Simmons jumper.
Okay, very good. Rob, what do you thank for the Sixers, real quick?
The greatest after game song after. Clap your hand, everybody. Gather
I'm
band.
not even clapping all together.
They're so out of
Nick, what are you
sync.
thankful for?
For the Sixers?
Yes,
That they bring joy to people.
that a boy. I'm thankful for Serena Winters.
Wait, can I change my Flyers on that?
To Taryn Asher?
And Katie Emmer.
He's just kidding, Shannon. She's on.
You didn't know that? She said happy
had no idea.
She said happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah, come on. You got to make her feel wanted, Nick.
She told you happy Thanksgiving.
Shannon,
you
a
didn't even.
very happy Thanksgiving to you.
You got to make her feel wanted, Nick. Because Wanted is the name of Chris Trainor's new EP. Wanted by
Christ.
Chris Trainor.
Turn his mic off. Turn his
Available,
mic off.
available
Turn his
on
mic off.
Spotify,
Everywhere, right?
iTunes, Chris Trainor Music.
Everywhere the Joy Buzzer is,
You'll find Chris
you'll
Trainor.
find his
This-
LP.
and this
LP?
is a song-
Still
EP.
EP? EP, LP.
This is one of the
Oh,
songs.
I heard
from-
this one. I like this song.
This is it. Yeah, this is one. He
I did. I did hear this one. I like this. This is a good song.
Chris, if you're
But,
listening,
Chris, no more country freaking songs.
no, don't put any more country
God
songs.
damn, that was
Yeah.
awful. But it was.
We want more songs like this. He wrote, produced, arranged.
The
The
day
5
after
of the
Old
6
Crow
songs on
Medicine Show, this guy's playing country music. Turns out it was Chris. What
Yeah.
the frig?
But this one's good.
He said no
Again.
more country music.
Again, this is
It was
Hey,
awful.
Mama rock me.
Again, this one's called Wanted. It's the title track of his new EP, Chris
EP.
Trainor Music.
EP.
Told you.
You can get physical copies. Go Chris Trainor Music. You can download it on Spotify, iTunes, all your outlets.
By now, because
Con-
we get 50% cut.
Yeah, exactly, Chris.
We should get
gotta-
something.
We'll get a piece of that.
What's it called again?
It's called Wanted.
Thank you.
It's the name of the
55.
EP.
Tape gonna leave it.
All right. I don't know when we're going to be able to do another show.
We're gonna take another hiatus.
Well, we may not. We may not because,
Changes are coming,
yeah, changes are coming.
A storm is brewing.
pretty much.
But we may be able to get back in here within a week or two, right?
Still to come.
Right. Maybe.
Well-
We'll see.
We'll let you know.
But
We'll keep the fans wanting more because
in the
they've
meantime,
Turn his
wanted
mic
us.
off. Turn his mic off.
Nikki Cola,
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
the instigator Rob C.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
My son, Zachary Pimpturn.
Yeah.
Smack some hoes with this song.
On behalf of the Joy
I
Buzzer,
just want to love you, baby.
happy
Don't look at me
Thanksgiving
when you say that.
to everybody out there.
Don't look at me while you say that.
Everybody who chimed in, happy Thanksgiving. Happy special Thanksgiving to you guys. We love you guys. This is the commish. We'll see you when we see you.
Was everything